I got the cork sound. You just do the opening.
Cork
I
you.
Cork you too.
Cork off. Go cork yourself, as Elon Musk would say. Welcome to Bourbon and Badges, the podcast.
I thought I was
Season
doing
5.
that.
No, I'm doing the intro.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait a
You
minute.
guys got messed up. No,
You were supposed to do the intro, and then I was supposed to do what we talk about.
Hey, guys, listen to this. Welcome to Bourbon and Badges, the podcast. Down at TV Studio 77 here across the Carolinas. How about
Deep in
that?
season 5.
In our pre-podcast meeting, Hound Dog said he'd do it, but he wanted you to talk about the openers, what we're going to talk about, because you sound more professional.
I was
and
exactly
I think that's
right.
where you threw you off.
He's exactly
And this-
right. You're exactly right. I did wrong.
And that's exactly what you didn't do.
I did exactly the opposite.
Well, I got it in there. This is hard for
You
me to
did.
do with all these.
All right.
everything
Well,
going on
listen.
over here.
I'll now pick up where I was supposed to pick up and tell you what we're going to do. We're going to talk about bourbon, of course. We're going to be taste testing 3 separate bourbons because we're in 3 separate locations. And then we're going to go into some stuff today. Some of the topics are going to be, we have an update on the George Floyd, Derek Chauvin podcast we did. Derek Chauvin was almost murdered in prison. Just going to touch on that. Hound Dog's got some police history in the United States, which should be very interesting, along with some news around the United States, which caught our eyes, and we'd like to talk about there, give your opinions on that. We got lots of things. Got the arson update for those folks in Atlanta who set an Arby's on fire during the BLM riots.
Yep.
Wait till you hear what they're punishment was.
We got to
You'll,
narrow it down, man. There's tens of
you'll-
thousands of. I watched a documentary on that the other day, and where all the money's gone, and these $1 million homes that they bought, and
Mhm.
and how they donated money to charity, the charity organization that they set up,
Yes,
and no one's
Dude.
questioning where that
Dude.
money's at.
dude.
Nope.
Millions upon
The
millions.
BLM organization is a crock of shit.
It is.
It doesn't help black folks.
You're
Anyway.
right.
Doesn't help
Anyway.
us white folks either.
Oh no, definitely doesn't help us white folks.
It's helping the people that run this joint.
It's helping the people that are running it. Yep. And it helps politicians to say that they support it so they look like they are because of the
Yeah.
name.
Right. Always start something. Podcasters matter. Send us your $1 million donation, please.
That's racist. That's the answer.
racist.
That's
How's
the
that
answer.
racist? There are
If
black
you say
podcasters out there.
if you say anything and lives matter after it, it's not black, you're racist. That's what the liberal will tell you.
That's true.
But what if I put up a picture of a
what's
black podcaster?
Well, then you're being a false racist.
No, there's no saying I'm the black podcaster.
Are you insinuating you're a black podcaster now?
No, I'm
You
just
have to
saying there's
prove that.
black
Oh, yeah.
podcasters out there.
Do you
There
identify
is.
as a,
Of
do you
course.
identify as a black podcaster?
Now you can do that
Well,
these
there
days.
you go.
Elizabeth Warren's part Indian. We know that, right? Remember? She wrote the cookbook and
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, are we ready to drink some bourbon?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh,
Wait,
I got
what do you want to
another-
say? Do you want to say
another
something else? Do you want to say something else?
No, I'm gonna hold out to it.
You're holding fire?
Podcast.
Okay.
okay. All right.
I gotta get y'all drunk for y'all to listen to me.
Rodney is doing some Southern Comfort. I know it's a whiskey and it's kind of a liqueur whiskey, but figured I'd just do something down home and downright Southern. So there we go. Right.
Hound
you
Dog,
have
this is for Hound Dog and me. This is for
Nice.
the Rodney.
Is that my screwing the top off?
Yeah, that's going to talk. I've got to
it's
get
got-
that sound.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, when you unscrew the top of whiskey, but it should say Buck.
Yeah.
Yeah. The buck.
Yeah.
And I am
All right.
drinking Hotel Tango Reserve Bourbon Ready to Drink.
Wow. I'd never heard of that before in my life. Wow.
I
American
had to
Most
straight
bourbon's
bourbon.
ready to drink.
Yep.
American straight bourbon. What about you, Slow?
Man, I am riding the coattails of Hound Dog. He had talked so much about it a while back. I finally opened up my bottle of Four Roses Small Batch Select.
It's a good one.
2 yeast strands, 4 mash bills to get this unique flavor.
And to translate, it's a good one. That means it's excellent.
Oh yeah, and it's
For people in New York.
It's
Thanks,
non-chill
Ross.
filter. Non-chill
Good
filter
deal.
means that sometimes they have a little floaty. Do you ever see that? Anyone ever see the little
Yeah.
floaty
Yeah.
Yep.
stuff in there?
Yep.
Like little floaty fatty things that's supposed to keep enrich the flavor.
I just thought that was I thought that was backwash for people taste testing.
Yeah.
could be
That's
that
some,
too.
the tobacco getting out of your mouth. Flowing
Yeah.
back in there.
Yeah.
All right. So mine is classified as a liqueur, actually combination whiskey. It's from the Sazerac company, which seems to be making a lot of liquor these days. Every time we
They
taste
do.
test one, Sazerac somewhere.
Yep.
It's got about a 35% alcohol by volume or 70 proof. It's about an $18 price point.
Okay.
That's for the Southern Comfort. And
You know,
of course,
on the Southern Comfort, at one point when Hound Dog and I worked for the ABC store in Gastonia, they had the Southern Comfort over in the liqueur, but moved it to the whiskey section for some reason.
it says whiskey on it, but you know it's a liqueur. You know, it's one of those. It's one of those.
What's the
mixed
proof
ones.
of it?
Yeah, 70. Yeah. Anyway, on the nose, got some cinnamon, and I really smell cinnamon. That's about it.
104 proof on the Four Roses here.
Yeah, the Hotel Tango is 90 proof.
What you guys? What
I'm
you
gonna tell
smell
a
on
little
that,
bit-
Sloan?
Yeah, on the nose, I'm getting a lot of vanilla, leather, maybe a little bit of butterscotch, maybe.
All right.
I hate that I didn't pull up any of the tasting notes to see how close we might have got, but I didn't take the time to pull that up.
Go ahead, Hound Dog. What you got?
And I tell you, this is going to take me a minute or two, but this is such a unique bottle. And I did a little bit of research on it. The label has all kinds of military references on it.
Yep.
And I have to turn my little flashlight on my phone to read it because it's
Yeah,
dark in here.
hey, explain your background there, Hound Dog. Have you been?
Yeah, I got kicked out of the house. I'm in the garage.
He's in the doghouse.
Yeah.
Hey, Colin briefly just moved to one side just for a second. Dun, 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 look out, Bourbon and Badges, the podcast. That's the
There it
original
is.
banner we had. All right, come back in.
All right, so this is it says on the label Hotel Tango, American Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Reserve Bourbon, ready to drink. It says pour with a purpose, serve with honor.
Oh,
It's
nice.
It's a high standard issue and limited series number 3. Purpose for this bourbon is to elevate company morale.
And then that it does.
That
It will.
does.
It does.
And another little funny thing, it's got 2 arrows, one pointing up and one pointing down. It says this side up to store, this side up to pour. So
There you go.
you store it like that, or you pour it like that,
There you go. Yeah.
Nice.
which is pretty good. And it's actually a distilled by Flat Rock Spirits in Fairborn, Ohio, blended and bottled by Hotel Tango, Indianapolis, Indiana.
All
Oh,
right.
good deal. It's good that they that's truth in advertising there and truth on the label.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Distilled somewhere
And-
else and they bottled it and
It's pretty cool. And on mine, I looked up the mash bill. I did not know the mash bill on it until about 10 minutes ago when I looked it up. And the mash bill is 75% corn, 15% wheat, 10% barley,
No rye, huh?
no rye. So it's
let me tell
right
you
in,
something funny
right
about
in my
the
wheelhouse.
about drinking. One of our new subscribers, I work part time at Ingles, and
You're a toilet paper guy.
she's. I've been promoted.
You've been promoted
I'm
from shit
laundry
paper on up?
detergent now. I am laundry detergent now.
Laundry
man.
detergent.
Yeah, but one of the girls were up front. She said, "Tell me about your podcast." I told her about it, and she said, "I'm gonna. Matter of fact, maybe one of her new subscribers. I'm gonna subscribe and listen to you guys." And then this past week, she says, "I really don't. I fast forward past the bourbon cars. I really don't understand it." I says, "Because you don't drink enough." She goes, "I'm 18." I said, "Oh, okay. Yeah. Wait a couple of years, then drink."
Yeah. Don't be promoting that. It's not a good
Yeah.
look for the podcast.
Not the
Yeah.
18-year-old kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, but I'm a firm believer now you can drink on the military base, but if you're 18 with military ID, I think you should be able to drink anywhere.
You should be able to
I agree.
drink, smoke, cigarettes, whatever the hell you want to do. You can go to war. You can do all that.
I'm gonna cut the chase, man. I'm gonna give this Four Roses single barrel a 9. Not single barrel, small back select. I'm sorry.
How's yours, Ham?
Let me go back in for another sip.
Go back in. While you're doing that, this right here, this Southern Comfort tastes like straight vanilla and cinnamon, almost like a big red vanilla. You know what I mean? It's got a little bit of
Yep.
cinnamon to it, but it's vanilla. Yeah.
Yeah, on mine, it's got a really heavy oak taste, and it finishes fairly dry. It's not bad, not bad at all. I kind of like it. I'm glad I popped
Hold
the
it.
top.
Hold up. Hold your glass back up again, Hound Dog. It looks pretty dark. or is this against
Because
your
I'm in a
background?
dark. I'm in a dark room.
All right, yeah, it look pretty dark. Still,
Yeah.
all right, good.
I don't know what the age statement is on it. Didn't see that anywhere.
For this
just for the
Southern Comfort, there's
Gastonia
no age.
K9
There's no age.
guys, I am representing.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Give them a shout out, Gastonia PD K9.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, for this Southern Comfort, it's smooth going down. Tastes a little bit like Big Red gum with a little vanilla in it. It's smooth. It's $18 price point. Probably wouldn't be for the bourbon drinkers, but for people who like something that's not too strong, it's not bad. So I give it a 7. You can drink it every day. Yeah.
Might be a good starter. Might be a good starter whiskey too for somebody that don't really want to get that hard.
Exactly right. It won't scare people. Yeah.
Yeah, on this reserve bourbon ready to drink, I give it a 7 as well. It's not bad. It's pretty good.
What's the price
pretty
point
tasty.
on it? What's the price point?
Right about $40.
$40. Okay.
Yeah.
Slow.
Yeah,
what about your
$59 on the Four Roses?
And you like the Four Roses? What'd you give it?
It's excellent. We gave it a 9.
9. Nice. All right. 3 daily drinkers.
Yeah.
And it runs the gambit of money because mine starts at 18, goes all the way up to 40, 50, $60. So, yep. There's bourbon out there for everybody. Fantastic.
That's right.
Other than that chick at Ingles that's listening in 18.
Yeah. We don't promote underage drinking, even though Slow said we did.
Well, she's fast forwarding it right now.
Yeah, and then what we do, she can listen to this part. And what we do here, what I do say is, we don't promote drinking and driving. We are where we need to be when we're doing our podcast. We're all at home. We're not going anywhere.
Right.
So, I hope people understand that at the 90 years of policing between us, we really don't promote breaking the law in general.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Don't drink and drive. Hell, I tell my son today, because a lot of the kids, when I say young, he's going to be 20, but they're all into these vaping shit. There's THC and all this marijuana shit, but it's like vaping stuff. I don't know enough about it to talk intelligently, but I do know it gets you high. And if you're driving with it, at some point they could take you to jail and test you for it. So I'm trying to tell him to tell his knucklehead friends who say, "Oh, we don't drink and drive, we just vape." I'm like, yeah, I know what you mean when you say vape. You're not just vaping cigarette shit. You're vaping. Am I right? Slow. THC is the stuff in marijuana.
Oh
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what they're vaping. Yeah,
went from DW, driving while impaired, to what used to be DUI, driving under influence of alcohol.
Under influence, yeah.
Now it's DWI.
But they sell this. Apparently, they sell the THC stuff, and it's legal, right? In North Carolina,
yeah, they do.
The stuff. Yeah. Yep. But that's actually driving under the influence of something. I mean, I just tell them, just stay away from it, dude. Just stay away from it.
Right.
Plus the chemicals and everything. But anyway, getting off course. All right, 3 daily drinkers.
Yes, it is.
And now, all right,
Hey,
let me go ahead.
Before you get started, let me give a shout out, man. Thank you, listeners. We just hit the 25,000 download
milestone.
That's what I was trying to think of. How dog.
Yeah.
25,000. 25.1 thousand now. So thanks, guys, for listening to us. I know we're full of BS, and you got to be feeling better about yourself after listening to us, but we appreciate you listening. And
we elevate everybody's lives after they hear what we talk about.
That's right.
Those guys are piss poor.
We're like Walmart on a podcast.
Exactly right. But you can wear your slippers and your hairnet to Walmart.
Hey, a dude came into Ingles this past Friday. He was like, he's your size, Rod. He's like 6'2", 6'3", and he's a big guy. And he's wearing a pink onesie bunny suit. And it was dirty. It wasn't like he just put it on for a joke. It wasn't like he just left a party. It was dirty, like he'd been running his car in it or something.
Really?
They had the bunny tail, the ears, everything.
That reminds me. Go ahead.
He's one of two things. He's a very, very proud of his manhood. He's a man, or he's gay. One of the two. No in between.
There's a barbecue place probably about 2 miles from my house, and they have the smoker out on the road, so you can actually drive by and see the smoke coming out of the smoker.
Oh, you can smell it too, can't you? That draws you in. Yeah.
Yeah. And they have a guy that's in charge of the smoker. He smokes all the meats and everything there.
You said smokes the meat.
Yeah, he does.
That is how I'm gay.
There's 12-year-old Rod again.
Damn. Sorry.
But every day he is out there working. He's out there working that smoker in a pink pig costume. And if you saw this guy somewhere away from there, you think there's no way in the world that this guy would ever wear a pink pig costume. Head
Is
no.
he kind of hefty? Does he fit that costume like a pig?
No, he's skinny as a rail. And if you talk to him, he looks like he probably should be in working as a shade tree mechanic somewhere.
Why does he do it? Do you ever ask him why he wears the thing?
Promotes the barbecue.
Kind of afraid not. Kind of afraid to.
I don't barbecue, so I guess if I do, I'd have to get a.
Yeah. If I wore that little pig thing, I'd work backwards. So little squirty tails in the front.
There's Slow, 12-year-old Slow coming out.
Yep.
See, I started something. I lit the fuse.
You did.
It's all
You
downhill
did.
from here. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so we did a little podcast a while back, reference to George Floyd, the new revelations, reference to his autopsy report, the original one that came out that was apparently hidden and changed. And the reason this all came out, if you remember, if you listened to the last the podcast before last, I believe, a young lady is suing the county for sexual harassment, and she worked in the DA's office and had all this inside information and spilled it. You know what they say, a woman scorned. So anyway,
Right.
I just thought it was interesting because right after that, and the reason I'm bringing that up is because now that's in the news again, right? And they're saying he should get a new trial. It should be looked at. He should have an appeal because the autopsy showed that there was no damage to George Floyd's neck in any way, shape, or form. No asphyxiation, no bruises, no nothing. And then he had large amounts of fentanyl, methamphetamine, marijuana, and some other things in the system. I forget. That was enough to kill him. Plus, he had 70% cloggage in one artery and heart disease. And he had COVID.
Right.
I tell you, not to cut you short, Rod, but if you want to see the new documentary about that, it's on Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Just go in there and you search that, man, and you can watch that. It's very, very.
I keep getting
revealing.
the name mixed up. What's it called? Is it the Fall of Minneapolis? What is it? The
It says on
Minneapolis?
Rumble.
What was it again? Slow. What was the name of it?
Okay,
I can look it up. I can look it up while we're doing it. It's something Minneapolis, the Fall of Minneapolis, or Minneapolis burning, something like that.
I just went in there and just typed in George Floyd videos, and it came up
Okay.
under Rumble.
Under Rumble, it is the Fall of Minneapolis. Everybody, the Fall, FALL.
Very
Fall
revealing.
of
You need
Minneapolis.
to go see that, especially if you think that officer is guilty.
It was great. It was great because you know what it'll show you, folks. Whether you believe it or not, doesn't matter. It'll just give you another perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It shows the just real quick. It shows if you watch the first 20 minutes, you don't have to watch the whole hour and a half, which I did. You just watch the first.
You're going to want to.
You're going to. You probably will, but it breaks it down in sections. First 20 minutes is the arrest, not Derek Chauvin laying on top with his knee across George Floyd's back, shoulders, and neck area. That's not the whole. But everything that happened before that, showing him eating the drugs, showing him fighting the police, showing them trying to put him in the truck. Please get in the truck, sir. Please. All this stuff. Him telling him I have COVID. I was shot. Just all this other stuff going on.
And the whole time standing up and everything, he said, I can't breathe.
The whole time they're talking to him, he's standing on the sidewalk. I can't breathe. And they weren't doing anything to him. So it just gives you another perspective. And it's not a tainted perspective. It's body cam footage. It's live. You interpret it the way you want to interpret it.
Yeah,
But
you don't just get that little clip that supports the media's agenda.
Right. And it's not one body cam. It's Officer Slow's body cam. It's Officer Rod Nader's body cam. It's Officer Hound Dog's body cam. They show different perspectives from different officer cams there. And the original officer that ended up arresting George Floyd was a black officer. It wasn't Derek Chauvin, by the way. So don't know if you know that. Anyway, so fast forward. Derek Chauvin, after this is out, so it's starting to get a lot of coverage. And hey, maybe he needs a new trial. Maybe we need to take a look at something here. The appeal, get this doctor who did the autopsy on the stand, see if he lied, see if he covered something up, see if he was silenced, right? And then no sooner than that, within 2 weeks, this is December 3rd, Derek Chauvin, who's was in an Arizona prison, medium security, supposed to be in protective custody, of course, because he's law enforcement and he's a target, was stabbed. And that was the headline. Derek Chauvin stabbed. I was like, it was just a matter of time. And it sounded like it was just stabbed, like someone just was able to get to him and stab him, like one quick stab.
Yeah.
No. He was stabbed 22 times by the same guy. Just
22
over
22
times.
times.
22 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Let's
6,
go,
7,
let's
8,
go
9,
down
10.
that. Let's go down that rabbit hole. Now he was in. Where was it actually? Solitude confinement.
Yeah, he's in protective custody.
Yeah, he was there, but he was moved to a.
Medium security Arizona prison last month.
My question is
and,
why.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I got two good buddies now that are involved in the prison system up here,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually work for the prison. They're not
They're
incarcerated.
not in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll tell you you do not put a police officer. You know, you got to keep him separated from everybody else. You can't put him in just what's the word I'm looking for?
General population.
General population. Yeah, you can't put him in there.
No.
Just like you can't put a child molester in it either. He's got to stay confined as well because
Right.
people's going to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So 22 times. So he should be dead. But actually, the guards got to him and rendered some aid and got him to the hospital. So fortunately, he's still alive. But my whole point for just bringing it up is that we find out that the gentleman who stabbed Chauvin, his name is John Tursak. That's Turschak. Tursak, maybe. A violent former gang member. But I thought the interesting thing, they says here, he fashioned a makeshift knife to attack Derek Chauvin. Again, he shouldn't be anywhere near him. When you're on lockdown, it's 23 out of 24 hours a day. You're locked down. That 1 hour you get alone in the yard for exercise and so forth, to take your shower and all that stuff. Then you go back to your cell. You're only out for an hour. You eat by yourself. You do everything by yourself. I worked in the system, so I know when we had one person would come out at a time, hang out in the day room. Everybody else is still locked up. They'll curse at him and stuff, but that they can't get to him because all the doors are locked. He does his exercise. He does his shower. He eats his food. He goes back. He shut the door. Next guy comes out. He gets his hour and so forth. That's how it worked in jails, local jails, but pretty much how it works in the prison system too. So to somebody to get to him and not only get to him, but to have a knife, and not only have a knife, but able to stab him 22 times without anybody being able to get to him in time is pretty, because he should be by himself in that room, right? So if you see another guy in the room with him, right away you go, hey, what are you doing out of your cell? Or how'd you get out? You know?
Yeah.
But 22 times. And the reason I brought it up is just because I don't think anything's a coincidence. I think this new revelations with George Floyd and the autopsy and the uproar, and it's showing that a lot of this, that he wasn't killed by Chauvin. He died of a heart issues, which he brought to the scene and caused, and fighting 6 police ain't always a good idea. Whatever. Let's leave all that behind. We've already done that. Okay.
Yeah. But it's very convenient that all this occurs all about the same time.
Right. Now that this is coming out and now there's a dust up, right? And now there's signs of a cover up, right? And now people are starting to talk and it's starting to spread, and people are starting to say, hey, his attorneys need to go file an appeal. And then he gets hit in prison. Right as that's happening. He didn't get hit a month ago. He didn't get hit 2 months ago. He's been in prison now for what? 2 years?
Yeah.
He got hit a couple weeks.
Sentence.
So yeah, he got hit a couple of weeks after this stuff started, and he got hit by a guy who, get this, guys, drum roll. Do you have a drum roll?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Who is also an FBI informant. While he was out and about. So he worked for the FBI. He was literally a registered informant on their rolls. And he's the one who stabbed Derek Chauvin 22 times. Just throw that out there to you.
Could it be?
You guys have any thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be drinking rabbit hole liquor. Whiskey.
Oh, man. So the autopsy comes out, new trial, maybe appeal. Derek Chauvin, but guess what? If Derek Chauvin's dead, none of that really needs to happen. It kind of goes away.
No one's looking anymore.
Yeah, everything goes away. Huh.
Just like what's the name? The guy with the island and the young girl?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
You hear any more about that?
No, not really.
Don't get me started on that. It's unbelievable, dude.
Yeah,
After he killed himself and
Marsha Blackburn
killed himself.
Right, Marsha Black. Yeah, in a federal prison in New York.
Yeah,
one of the most secured prisons.
Yeah.
In New York, in the city,
And
He
the
was killed.
cameras just didn't have to be working, and the two guys watching him were
sleeping.
asleep.
Right.
Yeah.
And he wasn't supposed to have any bedding like he was, but he had like 15 different sheets and he was able to hang himself. Yeah. And he had 2 broken bones in his neck, which is an indication of strangulation, which George Floyd did not have. See, there's the difference.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? We talked about this. There's a blood choke and there's an air choke, right? And then there's a hanging. If you hang somebody and you snap their neck or you get behind them and you want to break their neck, you break a hyphoid bone, I think it's called. It's pronounced hyphoid, but it's PHY or something like that. And or XY, something like that. But he had them. Epstein had them, and they said he hung himself. So he shouldn't have had them, because what he did was he put the sheet around his neck, tied it to the top row of the bunk, and just slouched down like this. So there was no snapping. It was just, and you just sit there. Yeah, and it doesn't cut your air off; it cuts your blood, and then you pass out and you die. So you're not suffocating yourself. You're stopping the blood from going to your head. So that's why he wouldn't have a broken bone in his neck, but he had 2. So Epstein didn't kill himself, but had 2 broken bones. Chauvin, they just outright tried to stab him, but
I think Chauvin should have been charged with what they wanted to hold him guilty for, policing while white.
Yeah. But anyway, so I just thought it was interesting now. So now they're trying to take Chauvin out. And I just people hear this stuff and go, wow, that's something. And we just move on with our lives. But this is all going on.
How about this rabbit hole? Could have been a government cover-up. Could have been a government assassination attempt.
You talking about on the officer? Or?
Yeah, on Chauvin.
That's what
yeah.
I think it's quite possible he worked for the FBI as an informant. There was a relationship there. Yeah. Maybe he could get time off his sentence. If somewhere if you can,
you talking about the stabber?
Get rid of this problem for us.
We all know with what else is going on around these days, the government has weaponized itself.
Mm-hmm.
So,
my point was, Senator Blackburn
and the media is their biggest gun.
Senator Blackburn tried to get Jeffrey Epstein's flight log released, and it was blocked by Dick Durbin in the Senate. Why? Why can't we see? Why can't we see who was flying on his plane to that island of pedophilia? If he's dead, he's not going to trial. He's dead. Yeah. Why can't we see who was on it? And the answer is because a lot of people that sit in that damn Senate and that damn House of Representatives is on it.
And
a lot of powerful people.
And the rest of them are Republicans
and former presidents.
Yeah, those damn
former presidents are on it.
Yeah, Clinton did 20 times. That's just a fact.
I didn't mean to make that big spin off there. I'm just saying somewhere somebody in the right position should be saying why.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Why was he moved to a lower prison? Why was he in general population?
Mm-hmm.
Why was he put where he gets stabbed?
And this prison apparently, as I read a little bit more about it, has had other issues. It's a federal correction institute in Tucson. And apparently this has happened before in this place. And there's a very powerful Mexican mafia presence there, which Tursak might be affiliated with. So they're kind of going that way with it. But to be an FBI informant and still see, if he's an FBI informant, why isn't he dead?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh, you're exactly right.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's not dead.
Population, and they found out he's working for the FBI.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's not dead. And everybody knows, but he's working. He's got something working both sides, probably. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Anyway, so I think Derek Chauvin should get another look at. They should look at his case. They should give him an appeal, and they should at least have him in protective custody because you have a right. You can lock somebody up if you're guilty. That's fine. I'm problem with it, but you got to protect them when they're inside. Even the scumbags
exactly
need protection.
Yeah.
The pedophiles get solitary. Cops should be no different.
You're right.
Anyway, that's my Derek Chauvin.
And that whole, like you said a minute ago, Rod, about the why is that one guy out of his cell or whatever the same time Chauvin was?
Yeah,
man,
simple. Simple.
It's not a coincidence.
And you got to, and in these new prisons, I worked at the fairly new one in downtown. There's buttons you got to push to open doors.
Yeah, but
actually, there's a big key too. Like some of them have like a big key. Like they don't just open on their own.
Yeah, but
somebody had to let him out.
A lower facility that has
medium security.
Yeah, medium security, and probably is put in general population.
he wasn't supposed to be in. Well, if he's in general population, he'd probably be dead because a bunch of people probably would have killed him.
Yeah.
But I think he was still segregated, but somehow somebody got to him at this place. Because so like the jail in Mecklenburg County is not high security, but we have isolation cells. So
so that's what's throwing me off is
the name of the prison. Yeah, when you say the Mac, like a Supermax in Marion, you know, the one that's underground. That's Supermax because the fucking thing's underground. You can't even tunnel out of it. I mean, everything's underground. You know, it's one of the. I'm not gonna say impossible because Clint Eastwood could get out of it. Remember, he got out of Alcatraz. Oh yeah,
Eastwood.
Clint could do it. Yeah, Clint
the
could
Rock.
The Rock. Yeah. But so medium security still has their isolation cells where people get locked down. Yeah. So I just think it's very no coincidence when it comes to the government stuff, man. It's just crazy. Anyway,
like I needed a reason to drink.
I know. So anyway, I want to hear a little bit about the history in policing, which since I just started in '93, so I don't have much history. Yeah,
before you get to that, let me throw something out. You said something earlier about the scorn of a woman. Yeah, you don't piss a woman off.
Right.
Gaston County got the biggest drug bust back in. This is back. They probably have bigger now, but back in the '90s, a lady called Gastonia PD first because it was in City of Gastonia, and talked to one of our agents, and he put her off till the next day. So she calls the county, and what it is her boyfriend was moving tons and tons of marijuana. It was just his whole attic was full of it. She got pissed off at him, and called the cops. They go there and they search the house. They find all this marijuana. They seize his house. They seize a boat, a drive me Winnebago, all kind of cars, all because he pissed off his girlfriend.
Yeah.
We could have got that, but the agent for Gaston's ready to go home. So you know what? We'll just look at this tomorrow. And she said, no, she wants something done right then.
Well, it's like I think is it Chris Rock or somebody that does the bit on the girlfriend pissed off at him in the car and police pulls him out. He got weed. He got weed.
Well, that skit's actually titled "What Not to Say: How to Not Get Your Ass Kicked by the Police."
Yeah, and all of it's true.
Yeah. And that actual skit was funny. The actual skit was don't ride in the car with your girlfriend if she's pissed off, because if you get stopped, he got weed. Then of course the white cop pulls Chris Rock out of the car and starts beating him with a club.
Yeah, like 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, 5 or 6.
One thing is, don't run for the police. Because they're going to chase you and they're going to bring an ass whipping with them.
They're going to bring an ass whipping with them. Yep. He's funny.
Yep. A couple things says, maybe you need to get your ass kicked by the police.
Yeah.
If you're dumb enough to do these things.
That was a great skit Chris Rock did. He's funny as shit.
I looked up a little bit of police history in the United States. And, just some of these things that I didn't know. Well, pretty much all of them I didn't know.
Yeah, this is our show, Hound Dog.
Yeah, I know. I got 3 pages of stuff, but I'm not nowhere near doing all that. But the very first entry that I found was in the year 1635, well before, we became a nation. The city of Boston established a night watch, and the officers that served on the night watch were part-time officers, and they didn't get paid. So they will go out and protect the streets of Boston at night. These few, I guess, men at the time would go out there and walk the streets of Boston to prevent crime, yet they didn't get paid.
So like a neighborhood watch.
Yeah, like a neighborhood watch, probably with clubs.
Oh yeah, you're going with a club.
Yeah,
people in Boston got clubs, bro.
Oh yeah, but I find that interesting because people wouldn't do that these days. Police officers, there's no way in the world a police officer go out there and go to work without getting paid these days.
Oh no, there's reserve officers; they don't get paid.
Yeah, but they don't have arrest authority, I don't think.
Oh yeah, they're sworn police officers. They just reservists.
But all right.
Yeah, a lot of small towns have them. Actually, in Gaston County, got several.
Oh,
my bigger thought for that is today, at least when you're policing, if you have not insurance, but you have the backing of whatever department you're working for to go out and do that job. When you just go out there, like I walk out in my neighborhood, like neighborhood watch with a club and start clubbing somebody because they looking in somebody's window. I'm all on my own as opposed to being part of a part of a not a company, but of a police force. You know what I mean? Of a structure of some kind. Does that make sense?
You're not protected either from civil liability.
Right. So that's why another reason probably today people be like, I ain't doing that shit. Plus everybody's got guns today.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much everybody had guns back then, but they might
They
have
were
to.
hard to conceal.
Oh, yeah,
They were.
16.
They were like,
They were this long. Yeah.
Was it the flint and steel stuff back then? What was it?
yeah, Flint Rock. Yep.
That's when you shoot it and big ball of smoke comes up and a minute
You
later
gotta drop the ball in, right? And you gotta pack it down or something
yeah,
and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gunpowder.
I'm gonna kill your ass.
That's
Give me a
Daniel
minute.
Boone stuff.
Give,
Right
give, him about, give him about 2 minutes.
Give me about 2
Your
minutes.
ass is
Don't move.
mine.
Yeah. Son of a bitch.
But here's another one that I found. It's if this stuff is boring, just let me know. We'll stop.
That's what
But April 29th, 1786. April 29th, 1786. The first police officer in the United States killed in the line of duty.
Wow.
Oh,
The first legitimate police officer.
The first legitimate police officer to kill in the line of duty his name was Sheriff Benjamin Branch. He got thrown from his horse.
I was gonna say, how did he get killed? Because that'd be interesting. He got thrown from his horse.
That's quick to a car crash now.
Yeah, he got thrown.
So
from his horse.
I guess he was
and died.
working.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be a car crash. You get thrown from your car now.
Yeah.
Thrown from your horse.
Yep.
Damn. Got to buckle him up.
The last one that I want to do.
He didn't have a drive me. He had to throw me.
He did have a throw me.
No airbags. Nothing.
Here's another date: September 24th, 1789. United States Congress creates the first federal law enforcement officer. It was a U.S. Marshal. President George Washington appointed 13 gentlemen to be U.S. Marshals.
Oh, nice. Marshal service.
Marshals. And if you think 13 of them, at that time there were 13 states. So each state had a U.S. Marshal.
Yeah, the 13. Yeah, true.
So
nice. That's good information. Yeah.
That's my three.
Well, Justified. That was good. That was a good program. Y'all got seen that?
Oh, Justified. Yeah. Have you seen the new one? The new. You saw the new one, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
So.
Yeah.
The new one. Yeah, I'm just waiting. I just finished that series. I'm waiting for it to come back around again. When they're in that other city, the new one, right? The new series,
Yeah,
not the old
Detroit or where were they?
No, it's like one of those Louisiana, like New Orleans.
No. That was the old one, right? No, Kentucky was the old one. He was in Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm talking about New Orleans now. They're in the city,
had...
like the Bayou shit right now, aren't they? With that guy with the weird accent. You talking about the guy with the spiky hair, the bad guy with the spiky hair. Is that the one you're watching now?
You know what? I don't think I've seen those.
He was in Detroit or someplace like that.
Huh.
Is that the one with him and his daughter?
The first one was when his daughter was young. Now she's grown. Yeah.
Yeah.
That the lady, the black lawyer is in this one.
Yeah. That's Detroit or something.
Is this Detroit? Okay, maybe it's Detroit. Maybe you're right.
I don't think I've seen that.
I'm gonna be the producer and I am and look it up.
Oh,
it's called
Justified. Oh my God, you've never seen any of the Justifieds?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, dude, you'll love it. You'll love it. Don't look at the new one. Look at the first one. Go back.
What does it come on? What the streaming service or whatever?
I was watching it on Paramount, probably Paramount Plus or something.
Okay, all right, cool.
Something like that. Just Justified. The original you should watch first because the first one was great. Like the first series was great. Okay. That's where I got hooked. But now he's
one more right quick. I just saw it.
The new one's on Hulu.
Okay.
Oh, Hulu. Okay.
I just saw this at a glance. It says 1857, the city of Baltimore became the first department to issue pistols to their officers. Before that, you had to buy your own.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm done. I'm drinking.
Yeah. Well, now the good thing is most departments do issue your pistols. Mm-hmm. The smaller ones you can buy your own. I guess I don't know because the smaller ones now you can get
a revolver back then, right?
Flint Rock, Flint. Probably a muzzle loader, I would think.
Chicago.
Oh, they're in Chicago now.
Yes.
Gotcha.
No.
Yes, Justified's a good movie. Everybody, good series.
You gotta watch the very first one there, Hound Dog.
Oh, that was really good.
Yeah, I'll look that up. I'll start watching it.
All right. Well, anyway, I got some from my old hometown, New York City. Just to play off of, everybody's so worried about guns. A lot of people complain and bitch about it. But folks, people kill with whatever they want to kill. Case in point, 4 dead, 2 officers injured in New York mass stabbing. Not mass shooting, mass stabbing.
We should take away all knives,
Golly.
case knives.
God
steak
forbid
knives,
it.
all-
God forbid
all
it's a
knives should be-
scissor.
Hey,
How are we going to
lay
cut
off,
paper if it's a scissor?
Lay off
Take away
case knives.
Exactly.
Don't lay off the case knives.
Oh, can you make a case about the case knives?
I can. I like them.
Well, at least four people.
Spread your butter with it.
At least 4 people were killed, 2 officers injured in a mass stabbing in New York on Sunday. So apparently, what happened was, a girl called 911 shortly after 5 a.m. That's in the morning to report that her cousin, 38-year-old Courtney Gordon, who's a man, literally,
Courtney.
was armed with a knife and allegedly killed his family members. Gordon set fire to the furniture in his house, his living room, and exited the house. And when police approached him, he slashed the first officer in the. I don't know how he was able to do this. He wouldn't get close enough to me, but slashed the first officer in the neck and stabbed another one before he was shot dead by the third officer. Some of the deceased included 11-year-old girl and a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah, no sense.
Oh man, that's terrible.
You know,
it's a stabbing, and what I'm trying to say is mental health and evil will use anything to hurt and kill people. Car, bomb, gun, knife, scissor, tweezers. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, they'll do whatever they want to do. If they want to kill you, they're going to kill you. So,
and did you know with your gun holstered, a guy can be 25 feet away with a knife in his hand and run and stab you before you can pull in and shoot him.
Yeah, actually, it's a 21 foot rule. Yeah, 21.
Yeah.
Yep. They actually show that in the academy. They'll have a guy that's 21 feet away from you, for everybody listening. And they'll say, okay, I'm just going to come at you. I'm going to charge you with this knife. And you go, okay, you ready? And you go, yeah. He'll go, ready, go. And he'll say, go, and you're drawing, and you're pointing. And as you're pointing, he's already up there stabbing you on stabbing or cutting your arm or getting into your body. Unless you put distance between you and him. That's why when people have a knife and they say, why'd you have to shoot him? He just had a knife. He didn't have a gun.
Well, like Biden said, shoot him in the leg.
Yeah.
Or shoot him in the leg. I'll tell you this too, folks. I used to shoot 95 and hundreds on the range. And the odds of me in a stressful situation with adrenaline pumping, heart pumping, I might have just run 50 yards. For me to shoot 100 on a person, if I aim for a leg, I'd probably hit the neighbor next door. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The shooting skills go way down.
60%.
Goes way down.
Statistically goes down 60%.
Yep. So you're hitting 4 out of 10 instead of 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
That's not a very good. So you're trying to aim for a leg, you miss, and then he stabs you in the face. Oh well, what then? What's people going to say then? Well, I guess you should have shot him in the chest. Oh yeah, it's too late now. So we're trained to shoot center mass and to stop the violent act, not to kill. We just want to stop the person, but we have to shoot center mass because
eliminate the threat.
Yeah, it's very hard to shoot somebody in the arm or the leg from a distance. It just is. They're
like
both moving targets. Yeah.
Like they used to say in the old westerns, I'm going to wing him. I'm going to wing him.
Or I'm holding a gun like this and you shoot and it goes pew, and I go, oh, good shot, hound dog. Yeah, it doesn't happen. Oh my God. Yeah. Anyway, so it's just a sad story out of New York from where I'm used to be. Yeah. I could. There's like,
and of course,
dozens
Larry,
of
where
them.
You live in Gastonia, Rod, it sounds like this on a daily basis.
That's exactly right. I can.
Hey, Slow Ride in a previous podcast, Slow Ride got in trouble for that very thing.
Reprimanded.
He did.
What happened?
Really
Did I miss it? What happened?
Yeah. I used to live in an apartment complex. I was their security officer.
Oh, that's right.
And they took care of me. The Crystal, the manager, took care of me. I was there like 11, 12 years as their courtesy officer. But one day we was talking about me living in the ghetto. One of the guests said, well, you live in a ghetto? And I played that gun shooting stuff. And the next day, I don't appreciate that because you don't do it. Yes, ma'am, I'll not do it ever again.
And you know what? Funny. We haven't done that very often since.
No, I can't say that. She took very good care of me.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
That is
I lived there rent free for over 11 years.
Good Lord. All right. Well, I got another story. You guys want to hear another one? Yeah. Do you remember the riots back in 2020? And I know, of course, you do. All the George Floyd riots. Well, there was some rioting that went down in Atlanta, and this is just to show. And I don't always like to point out the negative things, but there's a lot of things broken in our criminal justice system today. And it's just kind of nice to bring light to it so people know, so that maybe when you go to vote or for the new sheriff or somebody, you vote for somebody who's more into, protecting, serving, and punishing criminals rather than the rehabilitation sides. I think we focus too much on the rehabilitation side where, first thing we're thinking about doing is, how can we help this poor young man who just stabbed his sister to death? That's not how it works. You really, there's got to be consequences to actions, right?
Right.
So anyway, so these two people were charged with the burning of the Arby's in Atlanta. I don't know if you guys remember it. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
There was some kind of police issue on the premises. This is on the tail end of George Floyd, right in the midst of it or something. There was an incident on the premises, and they were upset about the community, and they came out to that Arby's, and they ended up attacking the Arby's as a result of them being upset about the police incident that happened on the property and burning the Arby's down. Well, they caught two people, and they charged them with arson, first-degree felony arson, blah, 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 blah. Things that could carry 20 to 30-year, 40-year prison sentences, depending upon if people get hurt and all this other stuff. Well, lo and behold, comes full circle. I just saw an update on one of my news posts. Do you know what they were convicted? They pled guilty. So that means they had a plea deal, and they voluntarily pleaded guilty to felony arson and damaged property and all this other stuff. Do you know what their sentence was?
Can I take a stab at it?
Take a stab. That's not funny. We were just talking about people getting stabbed. That was fucked up, dude. I see what you did there. Go ahead.
They got permanently banned from Arby's.
Well, that one anyway, because it burned down.
Yeah, no more beef, roast beef and cheddars for you. You know what? Close. What happened was they got a $500 fine each, and they have to do community service. No jail time.
At an Arby's.
What?
No nothing.
No jail time.
For arson, burning down an entire
$500
with people inside. They got out, but the attempted murder type stuff. Like when I think of you burning an Arby's down with people inside, attempted murder, right? Felony arson, attempted murder, damage to property, malicious. I mean, there's so many charges you can look up in the book, and they all carry prison sentences. They all carry terms. They got nothing. They pled guilty.
Yeah.
Got no time. $500 fine. That's not going to replace a pane of fucking glass on the Arby's window. You know what I mean?
Man,
that's it. That's it. That's all they got.
I think they got
and
the
you
Hunter
wonder
Biden deal over a lifetime.
Yeah, and you wonder why people there's no consequences for their actions, so they keep doing things. That's why these people are walking out of stores with bundles of clothes.
That's why Walmart left over in California. What county was it? All the Walmarts pulled out.
Yeah,
Chicago.
Oh no, it's San Francisco too. Yeah, it's over in California too. Yeah,
they can say we're done with this, man.
Walgreens gone. I think San Francisco they all closed up.
I don't blame them.
And the ones that aren't, you can't go to a shelf and grab a deodorant off of it and take it up and pay for it. They're all locked behind. All the ones that are existing, everything's locked behind. You have to get somebody to say, "Hey, I want this deodorant, and I like that tube of toothpaste," and they have to unlock the shit and get it for you.
Man, that's
because people are going in there just grabbing stuff. So if they're still there, everything's locked up now. If they're not there, that's it. You don't got nothing.
Well, I'll tell you, in Gastonia, 2 Walmarts, West Gastonia, where the Walmart was, they used to be open 24 hours a day. They started closing at 11 or midnight because they lost over
Is that the one on
$1 million.
West Franklin.
The West Franklin.
West Franklin.
Yeah, that's the one I go to.
Because they lost over $1 million in theft.
I did not know that they started closing early like that.
And once they did that, the manager of Walmart East started complaining because his theft quadrupled.
Because they all went over there.
Yeah, they all started going there and steal.
They had to steal more because they were paying more for gas. So.
Yeah, I tell you,
True.
My cousin used to work in electronics. She told me never buy one of these TVs that's at the very bottom underneath the display TVs.
Uh-huh.
They have them all tethered together with cord. He says people grab them, try to run. There's an exit door right beside there. So people try to grab one, they take off running with it, and they jerk every one of them off the wall.
Oh,
before
really?
They realize it's tethered, yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
That's crazy.
I just can't believe that,
Well, 90% of crime is repeat offenders.
Yeah.
If they're in prison, they can't repeat.
Yeah. They don't, these DAs, these certain kind of DAs just don't punish criminals because they think they're hanging their hat on it's racist to put people in jail. These no bail. We've talked about it, guys, and I hate to bring it back up. There's no bail when you can assault a police officer at 10 in the morning, go to jail. You don't have to have bail to get yourself out. So you just get out on your own, and then you can assault another one at 2 in the afternoon. It just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't work.
It does not.
Black or white, you commit a crime, you've got to have consequences. You just got to have it.
Saying that made me think about about another topic. You know, there's a serial killer, a black guy, and black guys generally are not serial killers.
White guys are serial killers.
And I'm telling you, that's why I went detergent from. I used to work cereal. Went to toilet paper because I was scared of serial killers, so I quit working cereal.
Oh damn!
In Los Angeles, the guy's name is Jared Joseph Powell, 33 years old.
Lord help us.
Yeah, he was shooting homeless people while they slept.
No shit.
All right, say it again. One more time.
The guy's name?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah, it's in Los Angeles. He was going around shooting homeless people as they slept.
Man, what a coward.
Mm-hmm.
It says here they killed 3, but the news said 4. Jared Joseph Powell, 33 years old.
So killed, was that all at one time, or is that like over a period of time?
No, a period of time. He'd find one sleeping.
So he's like a real serial killer.
Yeah, he'd find one sleeping, shoot him.
He specifically targeted homeless
people, which is probably easy to do in Los Angeles.
Oh,
yeah, no one cares.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, like that. That's why all the and I don't mean this. Well, any truckers listening to the story, but that's why a lot of these serial killers end up being long haul truckers, because they can go from state to state, and they usually prey on the crazy one. They prey on prostitutes and people in society who aren't really looked after.
Lot lizards.
Lot
Truckers
lizards.
call the
Exactly.
prostitutes at the truck stops.
I wasn't gonna belittle them like that, but we'll call them lot lizards because slow brought it to our attention. Yeah. So what they can do is they can come into an area, to a state and whatever, take care of their business.
Yeah.
Go park their truck for overnight, and then the lot lizards are there.
Yeah.
They can kill one and they leave the state.
Yeah,
there's no connection. Yeah. There's no connection. There's no,
don't be giving people ideas.
yeah. Well, I'm just saying the idea is out there, my friend.
I just start killing
The
people.
last one I heard,
that podcast.
There was one guy said he
down
might
the
have done.
road, listed Bourbon the Badge has got this idea.
Yeah.
Hey,
all of a
man,
sudden-
watch this.
Yeah. All of a sudden, serial killing across the country goes up. Yeah. Well, our viewership's way up. That's why. You know how that goes.
All right. So speaking of California, I looked up some police news, and I'll just pretty much read this to you. Sun Valley, California, a bystander's video shows a man charging a police officer with a hammer. A hammer. I guess he's going hammer time.
Hammer time, literally.
According to Los Angeles Police Department, it says that the shooting occurred around 2 p.m., but I don't know of a hammer that can shoot, but whatever. That's Los Angeles. I guess they got all kinds of shit out there. Officer responded to a call for an assault with a deadly weapon. Video of the incident shows the man walking quickly toward officers with a large hammer in his hand, and he appears to be shouting at the officers as they order him to drop the hammer. The video shows officers deploying less than lethal weapons. Less than lethal weapons.
Being attacked by a hammer?
Yeah. And
Wow.
but the man continues charging toward officers, results in at least one officer firing his weapon, and he evidently hits a man. Why in the world? We got, not like we said all this on this podcast thousands of times, we got 90 years of law enforcement experience between the three of us. Why would you even consider deploying a less than lethal weapon for someone coming at you with a hammer?
Exactly.
I wouldn't do it.
No, a hammer, a knife, any of those things. That means we're allowed to step up one and go straight to bullets. So
Yeah, but you can get hammered and still live. I got hammered last night and woke up this morning just fine.
Oh, we set that one up, didn't we?
Yeah. Rim shot.
Yeah, all right. You said rim.
But seriously, why? I mean, don't even. If somebody comes at you with a hammer, you bypass that less than lethal stuff.
Yeah,
that is a automatic.
Yeah, You're not gonna. Guy pulls a hammer. He's about to hit you with a hammer. You're not gonna pull out your you're a collapsible baton.
Exactly.
You go straight to, you put one in his melon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
It just bothers me that, I guess that goes to the field of thought for these newer officers.
right.
I don't know if I can kill somebody, or I don't know if I can shoot somebody if they're attacking me. Dude,
Oh
it's
my
either
God.
them or you,
Yeah.
and you need to go home to your family every single night.
What's that saying? Better be tried by 12 and carried by 6.
That's
Excellent.
exactly right.
Absolutely.
Exactly right.
Well, I think
That's
it's
fun.
just the pressure of all the media. If I go, oh gosh, if I shoot this guy, especially a black guy, oh gosh, I can't do that.
Yeah.
But you have a duty. You have a duty and obligation to your family to go home to them every night,
Sure.
whatever it takes
Oh yeah.
to go home.
And you have to take care of that problem. This guy with the hammer, if he's going to attack a police officer with a hammer, guess what? He'll attack anybody with a hammer.
Oh yeah.
I tell people, if someone's willing to shoot, kill a cop or something like that, they'll kill anybody. They'll kill anybody.
Did they kill this guy with the hammer?
They shot him and didn't kill him.
No.
They finally ended up shooting him, but didn't kill him.
That's funny. Speaking of hammer, you just reminded me. Remember Paul Pelosi and David DePepe?
Yep.
Broke into his house and attacked him with a hammer.
Yep.
They just had the trial not too long ago.
You get $500 fine in community service?
Well, he got found guilty. I think they're still waiting to sentence him. He got found guilty of kidnapping and, of course, assault upon immediate family, attempted murder. That's San Francisco. But again, he attacked Pelosi, so he's probably going to get something pretty good.
But what on that? If I remember correctly, looking at the video and the still pictures of the house, of the Pelosi house, the glass was broken outward instead of inward.
Is that right? What, in the back door where he came in? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. It was broken out instead of in.
The thing that I thought was funny about the whole thing, when I watched the body camera of the officers, so let's say we're coming up to the door, right, Hound? And we know that there's somebody inside. Paul Pelosi says he has a hammer and he's threatening him with a hammer. So we knock on the door. Paul Pelosi, the victim, answers the door. Hi, officers. And he steps back towards the suspect who's holding the hammer into his house. Now, if I was about to be attacked by a guy with a hammer and I was able to open that front door and you guys were standing out there, I'd run out past you. I go, that sucker's in there. I'd be in the street.
Go get him.
I'd be in, kill him.
He's
I'd
all
be in
yours.
the street. Yeah.
That'd be me.
Yeah. So, but he didn't. He backed back in the house. This is on the body camera. I'm not making this up. He backed back in the house, and then he looked at the guy, DePepe, and he went, now give that hammer up. And he grabbed the hammer, and then
Who's he?
Paul Pelosi.
All right.
Pelosi.
And they're wrestling with the hammer. Then DePepe pulls the hammer away, and the cops are still saying, just put the hammer down. And then the guy goes, what? And he goes to hit Pelosi in the head, and he starts attacking him. And you hear a cop go, oh, shit, because they're standing there doing nothing. And all of a sudden, Pelosi's getting beat with a hammer. So it was just a weird, like, you would think he would have kept getting more space between him, not back into the house, back towards the suspect who broke in and was trying to hit him with a hammer.
Yeah, but if you was married, was it her name Nancy Pelosi?
Yes, her name's Nancy Pelosi.
You'd want to be beating the head with a hammer too, wouldn't you not? Just end it. Just end it.
Yeah, just end it for me, please. She'll be home soon. Yeah, I don't know. That was a very strange, and I still think there was some prior relationship there, just because it wasn't like it was a stranger and they were on a first name basis. So I don't know.
Yeah,
it just seemed like they knew each other. And I'm not insinuating anything. I just think that you can't get by somebody's mannerisms and that type of thing. If someone's trying to kill me with a hammer, I'm not going to get up next to him when I get some space. How did he get on the phone and call 911 without getting hit with a hammer? How was he able to open the door for the police when the bad guy's standing right there, knowing the police are at the door? So go open the door for the police. Okay. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It was very strange.
And the glass broken out instead of in.
Let me ask you something, Ron. Do you believe in conspiracies?
All my conspiracies are true stories, though. You know what a conspiracy is? Let's get this straight. A conspiracy is just people planning to do something, right?
Yeah.
It's a theory. It's the word theory that makes it like maybe, maybe not. Mine will come true. So mine are actual.
Well, you're going to be charged conspiring before, during, or after the crime.
Yeah. All my conspiracies actually come true. They actually were true conspiracies. Yep. So you heard it right here.
Yep.
Well, speaking of conspiracies,
You got one?
Drink.
Well, I watched a
booze,
Bigfoot
bourbon.
show the other day. I watched a Bigfoot show the other day.
You did?
I didn't mean to jump around. Yeah.
Which
I was
one?
on TV because I remember we had a Bigfoot podcast.
Right.
Alaska.
Oh,
Alaska, and they call it something else. It's not called Bigfoot. It starts with an A, like Ataking or something. It's like some crazy name. Yep. And they can't go out by themselves. There's a lagoon where they found bodies mauled and shit. I mean, I watched it for an hour.
Yeah.
I watched it for an hour. Oh yeah, it was
and
good.
You're smiling.
Man.
You seem very proud of this.
It was good, man. Because we had our expert on, and I liked him, but it was nice to hear even more.
We got to get him
from
back.
other places.
We got a complaint that we talked way too much. We should let him talk majority of the time. So we need him back.
And on Jerry's behalf, man, he had called me 3 weeks ago, said I got some new information I need to give you, and man, it's my bad. I have not gotten up with him, but I want to hear what he's got to say. And
we need to get back on that. That's good. Yeah.
Well, we're going out there for a Bigfoot expedition, right?
Yeah. I mean, we're
that'll be good. We have to drag all the podcast stuff out there.
Yep. So yeah, I need to get up with Jerry into that, man.
Well, you need to watch Les Stroud, Survivor Man, Bigfoot stuff. That's what you need to watch. He's got a whole series on it.
Oh yeah.
He's in the middle. You know, he's like us. They found
Bigfoot scat when I was watching this one. Bigfoot scat. That's Bigfoot shit.
Oh, let me tell you this. We're getting all way off beat.
For our viewers don't know what scat is.
Boy,
I learned a new word.
Coyotes.
That's some captain stuff right there.
I'm assuming coyotes. Something that's eating
we
a lot
call
of
it
berries.
Shit in New York.
Is crapping in the corner of my yard.
A coyote?
Like 4 piles. Whatever it is, it's too small to be bare. Oh. But it eats a lot of, they're eating a lot of seeds and berries and stuff. There's all kind of seeds in it. Oh. So I put my trail cam out there so if I can catch the unknown pooper.
You better because because bunny and squirrel could be in danger.
It was a poop by. Bunny
and squirrel could be in danger if you got a predator out there.
Well, speaking of that slow ride, I got a trail cam out in my backyard, which get all kinds of wildlife. I actually have a video of a coyote taking a dump, looking straight at my trail cam.
What do you think about this, big boy?
Oh shit! Yeah, watch this.
You want to see it? Actually is shit. You said no shit. No, there actually was. He's got proof. It's on video.
I'll give you exactly what you're looking for, big boy.
But that was funny. That was so funny when I saw that. He was sitting there going, looking straight at the tail.
He leaned in. He leaned into it.
He did.
That's funny.
All right, you mentioned squirrel and the new duck bunny. Did I tell the story on the podcast?
No, I don't think people know.
No,
I think
you did not. And actually, I don't think I know about. You said bunny. I know squirrel, but I don't know bunny.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, when I bought the house, just a background, real short. I bought the house. This duck already living in the pond. Ended up being named Squirrel. And one day, my neighbors, they came up from Charleston, and they're great guys. Kurt brought a buddy of his, and buddy of his dog chased the duck inside the water and grabbed him, but he was soft mouthed him. He spit him out when the owner told him to. It was a golden retriever or Labrador retriever, one of those retrievers. So Kurt's wife, Diane, got a little plaque says one lucky duck that we put out there by the pond. Fast forward cool. A whole nother summer. That was last summer. This summer, Kurt's dog got out, chased after the bird, the duck, squirrel. Squirrel flew over my head, over top of the trees, and down the mountain. I'm thinking, oh gosh, I hope she knows her way back. A few minutes later, Tom, who everybody knows, I talk about Tom all the time on podcasts, but Tom calls me and says, hey man, I got your duck down here, is injured. So I go down there, and he said he come out, and there was an owl had the duck about 10 foot off the ground trying to fly off with him. And he dropped him for some reason. And the squirrel's bleeding, and he's all jacked up. And long story short, catch him, bring him back home, put him in the pond. And he starts living on my back porch underneath a bench because he was scared. He stayed all day long, and he got in the pond at night. But he actually ended up getting healed, and he followed me around. He come in the house. He won't stay in the house, just at the back door. So I got him a support duck, a therapy duck.
That's right. It's a therapy duck.
So now Squirrel and Bunny are best friends. She's back to normal. They're living the good life out in the pond and doing what ducks do.
All right. So does it have a
little vest? A little vest that says therapy duck?
Oh, yeah. Squirrel can actually take this duck into Walmart and stuff because it's
totally legal. Totally legal.
So is Bunny a mallard like squirrel? Is
No,
male,
I forget
female?
the name of it. Both females. I forget the name of it, but I looked it up, and it's a.
Boy, you're gonna have trouble now. Got 2 females living in the pond together.
Oh yeah, they get along great. But anyway, guys, we are way over. Any last thoughts?
Drink Boone's bourbon.
Drink Boone's bourbon.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
And also, on a personal note, I'm going to give a shout out this week to my podcast partners, Rod and Slow. For
Why you got to put Rod first?
Well,
Why can't I be first?
Because he can beat me up. But
okay, I can't. All right, you won that one. I can't argue that.
But my mother passed away this past week, and it was been a tough couple of weeks. That's probably why we hadn't been on the podcast in a couple of weeks. But
yeah, we took some time.
You guys came and supported me and my family, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we love you, man. We could not,
of course, man.
not
of course.
be there. You talking about the 90 years experience. 90-year experience here on this podcast. I'm sitting there looking. A lot of the Renegade Pigs brothers came up. They're all retired law enforcement. Yeah. Rod's there. Was sitting there. I looked. There was about 400 years of law enforcement experience sitting in those 2 pews.
Yeah, that was a real nice service too. Real nice.
Yeah, it's funny because they were looking at the what do you call it? The play sheet about that they give you. Open up. Every time they open up, you see about 4 guys put glasses on. They're all white-haired guys.
Yeah,
we're timing out, guys. We are timing out.
Yeah,
we are.
That's true.
But I appreciate you guys coming and supporting me and my family.
Absolutely.
How could we not?
Wouldn't have missed it for the world. Yes, sir.
It's like Rod said, man. Drink Boone's bourbon. You got to go out and drink Boone's bourbon.
Yeah.
Drink a lot.
Love some Boone's bourbon. I can't find it anywhere around here, man. So if you want to donate a bottle to the cause, please send it to me.
Yep. Everybody, take care. We'll see you next Tuesday, next week.
Yep.
On another edition of Bourbon and Badges.
And as always, let's drink about it and drink responsibly.
That's right.
All right, then, guys.
And all you first responders out there, please be careful and go home to your families.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, Studio 77 production. You mean it's over? Well, shit.